So this guy is our unit 2. By the way, all of you know that your internal assessment exam is on 7th and 8th. It is there on the website, I guess, physics.du.ac.in. 7th and
Yes,
8th
sir.
of February, not January, 7th and 8th of February. Yeah. So please keep that in mind. There are no, I mean, holidays, vacations in between. So 4 exams basically on the trot, one in the morning, another in the afternoon, another in the morning, another in the afternoon. So keep on preparing according to that. Yeah, this is something which has to come anyway because our wave function ultimately turned out to be, this quantum mechanics turned out to be probabilistic.
So
And hence
syllabus
we
is
have to have,
So the syllabus will be
say
the
it
two
again.
units.
syllabus for internal assessment exams.
Oh yeah, I mean, these will be the 2 units at least.
All right, so thank you.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
I mean, there will be 9 lectures which are allocated for probability statistics. I'm pretty sure that we'll be able to take care of it. But yeah, I mean, syllabus wise, we are into that. Anyway, I mean, part of it you have also done in the bachelor's or maybe in the 12th class also. So let's just see. Although in the syllabus, we start from the random variables, but I generally have a primer on probability and statistics. And in today's class, I'm just going to define few things and then we'll just give up. I mean, we'll take it up in tomorrow's class. So something very rather simple. So if I say what is an experiment or a random experiment, what do I mean by that? All I mean by that, that if I am making a trial, that means if I am performing an experiment, then the outcome of that trial cannot be predicted in advance, right? Just like I am making a measurement on this xi, outcome cannot be predicted in advance. So I'm just defining few quantities. Then what is a trial? So trial is a single performance. So easiest one, let's say toss a coin, and I'm saying that I am making a trial. That means I'm making a first toss. I do not know whether it will be head or tail, a single performance of this experiment. So I call that a trial. What is called the outcome or a sample point? Okay, now the word sample point, this is nothing but the result of the trial. So I make a trial, that is I am performing a toss of a coin and head has come. So head is called an outcome of this. It is also called sample point. Why? Because there in the set theory comes an important concept called sample space. Now tell me, what is sample space?
Set of all
Anybody?
possible outcomes.
The set of possible outcomes.
Of all possible outcomes.
in a particular event or experiment.
Oh, in a given experiment, right? Sure. So if I roll a die, so rolling a die, क्या होगा भाई sample space?
1,
1,
2, 3, 4,
2,
5,
3,
6.
4,
1
5,
to
6.
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very good. Toss of a coin.
Head or tail.
Heads and tail.
Yeah, so depending on the experiment, you have, of course, the sample space. What about toss of 2 coins?
Head,
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 head, head,
4.
tail,
tail,
tail, head, tail,
tail,
tail.
head,
4,
and tail,
head,
tail.
head,
Head, tail,
tail, head, tail, and
tail,
tail,
tail.
Tail, tail.
Okay, okay. What is meant by an event? Event. Event can be a simple event or a composite event. But what is an event? So sample space is defined as, what is an event?
Sir, the experiment or the trials which we are
A
doing.
particular experiment.
Yeah. In terms of a set theory, it is rather simple. Any
Sub
subset
given
of this
sample space.
sample space is an event. So for example, having odd numbers in a die roll. What are these? So I define this as an event A.
1, 3, and 5.
1,
1, 3, and
3,
5.
5. What
5.
about the even numbers?
246.
2, 4.
2, 4, 6. So now in this, so basically we are trying to just relate the simple idea of the set theory. Now what will be A union B and A intersection B? So that suddenly I come up with the word union of the events and intersection of the event. So what will be A union B in this case?
S.
So in the
Yes.
S for these two guys, what will be A intersection B?
Null set.
Null
It will be null set. And of course you do a Venn diagram where you can draw A, for example, B, this is my sample space. So this is what you have done when, I mean, this is what I want to know. Several, I mean, actually it is only few of you who are responding. So I do not know if most of you know it or not, but this is a pretty simple thing. I mean, up to this point. What about this? If I say, yeah, please say it. Please say it.
Sir,
Mutually
very
exclusive event.
basic.
No, not about the mutually exclusive. When did you do that? Oh, sorry.
Oh,
So we did it in 11th
Class 12th.
Very basic.
right, right.
Sir,
Yes.
अरे
we,
वाह,
Yes.
चलिए कभी तो 11th 12th में knowledge फायदा हो गई. Good. Yeah, we are going to
क्लास 6
use
में भी
this.
बेसिक सेट थ्योरी था.
कब था basic set theory?
क्लास 6 में, क्लास 6 7
Six में basic
12 में तो था ही, 12 में 12 में
Okay.
बेस थ्योरम तक था.
base
वो
theorem 6 में
binomial
था आपके?
12.
Oh, 11th.
Sir, 12th.
Okay. Oh yeah. By base theorem, of course, it will come. But okay, mutually exclusive. Last thing before I jump to what is defined as the probability. How do we define
Sir,
mutually
mutually
exclusive
exclusive
events?
Exclusive are those events.
Events एक टाइम पे नहीं हो सकते, अगर नहीं कर सकते.
A intersection B is equal to 5.
A intersection B is
equal
equal to
to
5.
5.
Okay, very good. So mutually exclusive events mean that if event A can occur, then it's sure that event B cannot occur. Yeah, if event B occurs, then event A cannot occur. I mean, this is something you remember it, because we are going to have the definition of the independent events also, and there we will have something else. But okay, not now. I just wanted to have this knowledge. At this time, I am going to define probability. Now, this is a very tricky question to define probability, actually. So I'm left with one. I just ask you to define probability, and tomorrow I will take it. So how do you define probability? Anybody? Probability means what? That means, of course, probability
Chance of
of
occurring of
an
an
event A, right? I mean, now that we are into this set theory language, so this is something like this. What is probability of occurrence of event A? Yeah, the chances of
A
occurrence.
upon NS.
Say it again.
NA upon NS. Number of elements, yes, sir.
So number of elements in A to the total number of elements in the sample space. Yeah, this is how. And I ask you a question. If I give you a die, but I don't tell you that it is a fair die, will this probability definition work?
No, sir.
No,
Why?
Sir, it will have a
because
biased
there is a
result.
bias which is attached to a particular event which will shift
So,
it
but what is
towards-
the problem? I mean, why your
What?
this probability
Space
thing is not?
decided.
So some of the outcomes will be more will come more times than the others.
Some are more probable. So this definition of the probability which you have said, which is rightly said, this depends on very important, this equally likely sample point. So in case if it is a fair die, for example, we say that each of these outcome 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6, they are equally likely, and hence if I roll a die many times, then all I need to count is the number of times a particular event happens. But in an unfair die, that is not going to happen. So this definition, by the way, was the classical definition. This is what we call the classical definition of the probability. Came from this, the frequentist definition. This we are going to do tomorrow, and little bit about the Bayesian definition. So I will take something from here. I will go to the Kolmogorov axioms, and then yes, I mean I will build on to what the syllabus of the probability and statistics is. But at this point of time, it is relatively easy. Okay, guys, any other question which you want to have?
Sir, there's just one question, like nothing related to the syllabus. Sir, I
Yes.
just joined right now, like in the fourth list, I got admitted.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
what would you suggest? Like, should I start with this unit as in fresh, or firstly I should complete the first unit and then?
So there will be two things. I mean, since there will be extra pressure on you, so what you will have to do, you must follow what we are doing now, so that you are in sync with us. But at the same time, you'll have to take extra time. I mean, in a week you have 7 days, so you'll have to divide your time within that week, that you can also revisit the lectures of the previous unit. So you will have extra. I mean, you will have to work extra, which means that you will be doing probability statistics with us in a 1 hour's class, whatever we are doing, and whatever book we will follow. But then you will have to devote an additional 1 hour for what we have already done. I mean, because all the video lectures are loaded, but everything is there. Even you can read from the books, but you'll have to have this exercise. Otherwise, it will become very difficult for you for the internal assessment.
Yes, sir, that's why I was just worried about that thing.
No, no, I understand it. This is the same problem which people face every year, and I am not sure how to resolve that problem, because the lists keep on coming, and it is troublesome for those of you who are joining late. How to make sync with what teachers are teaching. Teachers are already there and something like that. I understand that problem, but unfortunately, other than that, you'll have to devote extra time. I do not have anything else to
No,
add to.
okay.
Yeah, but there is one thing what I can suggest to all of you guys who are added later on. Wherever you are facing any problem in terms of listening or reading notes, you just write me on the chat box that I'm facing the problem on this page, or this thing is not clear to me. Could you please help me with that? So I cannot, of course, take the same lectures again, but I can help you on individual problems in case if you are finding out. And the same thing is for all others. I mean, some of you are asking questions on the chat session. I'm trying to give answers, and I'm pretty sure that thus far I haven't left anybody unanswered. But please feel free. I mean, this is where you can take the help of the technology, that now that we are online, whenever I come on the Teams account, I check it, and if the questions are there, I immediately try to answer that. So feel free to ask questions.
Okay,
Sir,
sir,
other than
thanks.
Shwam, sir, other than Shwam series and R. Shankar, what else book can we follow for numericals in LVS?
LVS, I mean, what I would suggest, Jet Li, you are already doing, right?
Yes, sir.
Shom itself is not a small volume. I mean, if you look into it, it has plenty of questions. Idea is that you can attempt the question from the understanding point of view. Most of the time, it is not about that how will you reach the end. Most of the time, it is how to start a question. I mean, this is what I have found a problem with, because it is MSc level. So we are, of course, into the reasonable one. So you cannot do kind of exhaustive survey of everything. We are teaching only one course. So we have all the resources available. We have all the experience. So we can ask questions, anything related with that. Yeah. You can only work on the concepts related questions. I mean, you understand my point. You cannot think about doing all the possible problems on linear vector spaces.
Yes, sir.
It is about whether you understand a question and you are able to make a progress. In case if not, if you are not able to start, what is it that we are lacking is what we need to understand. The idea of MSc is never to do something which is done in the books and then spit it out. It is whether we can think in the direction. If we can think in the direction, we can do similar problems from somewhere else also. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I mean, you will have to keep on asking this question from tutorial teachers or from us, theory teachers, that sir, I'm unable to make the first, let's say, move in this problem, and this is the confusion which I'm having while making the first move, so that it can be resolved. Once you understand that, then I mean, similar questions you can just club together. Practice is very good, but it is about the application of that. Yeah, plenty of books. I mean, linear algebra, you just write down, you will get so many books. It's such an important topic starting from 8th class onwards, linear algebra, that there are so many books written up to the PhD level. So what to tell you? I mean, there are so many books. I can tell you, but then how much time you are going to devote to that? And in case if you are still interested, write to me in the chat box separately. I will, of course, mention certain books which are very good with this.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, sure. That I am surely going to do. If you are asking, yeah, in case if you have interest, particularly because quantum mechanics is intricately related with this, I'm surely going to help you.
So can you tell about the assignments for the fourth admission list people?
Oh, assignment tutorial teachers. I am giving my homework problems, which is intermixed in my co-teaching. The way it is, each core course is divided into two parts for each one of you. One is called the core theory, which I am taking, and another is called tutorial. So each individual group P1, P2, P3, P4, they have tutorials from the tutorial teachers, which is Dr. Tripurari and Dr. Nilima in your case. So they are going to give you assignments, and there you are supposed to solve the assignments or ask questions related with the doubts of the assignment, and then finish it off and submit it. So it's a separate Teams account which they have made.
Okay, sir. Sir, actually, I was admitted there with the main ID, the one which I had registered in the DU website. So the university ID is not added in the tutorials group. So can
Just
you
ask
do it,
them.
or do I have
No,
to?
unfortunately, I'm not the administrator there. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, since we give this freedom to every teacher, so each individual teacher does that.
Okay, sir.
So
So I
I
manage.
am, of course, you can understand the owner of this particular or manager of this group, but not the manager of all the groups. I can, of course, ask them, but it will be better if you directly tell.